Hey y'all, so I'm back with the lowdown with Nay. I kind of missed a week, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but it was a hectic weekend, but a good weekend. It was Caravana weekend. Sister CEO actually launched their first pop-up shop event, which was a success. I definitely learned a lot throughout the event, and I look forward to planning more, and just implement all the things that I've learned to just make it even just 10 times better than the one we had this year. And I was just completely exhausted, worn out. So I did miss a week, but I'm back this week. And this week I wanted to touch on something that I've been feeling lately, and that is just happiness within. And I felt so good that I just felt like I should give my tips on what I've been doing to maintain happiness. And hopefully that will even help somebody else maintain happiness as well. You know, I know sometimes we have our ups and downs. Some days we're extremely happy, some days we're extremely low. And maintaining happiness is just a core thing to do or try to do in order to maintain just a better, healthy lifestyle. So here are my ways to maintain happiness. I hope this helps somebody. All right, so first thing, entitlement or lack of, less of it. Entitlement is definitely a stress factor. And well, at least I can speak for myself. It was, because that's something I've just learned I had to eliminate completely. So entitlement was a stress factor of mine. You know, expecting yourself and others, expecting certain gestures to be reciprocated, expecting that, by certain things happening or you putting out a certain effort, that it will be acknowledged and appreciated, and therefore a certain type of loyalty or trust or something shall be, given in return. Entitlement from others. Definitely something I had to learn to just release and eliminate completely, because having entitlement or this expectation that we are entitled in certain areas or with certain people in certain relationships was completely just a setup for disappointment. And as I matured, it was just something that I just had to learn and accept that it is what it is. And the more that I just did things without expectations and without feeling entitled for anything in particular in return, the more carefree life became for me. You know what I mean? The less time was wasted in my everyday, because I wasn't looking back to see, okay, what am I going to be receiving or given in return. And what it also just kind of helped is it helped me to see really honestly who was real in my life, because those who did reciprocate without feeling pressured or feeling like they were obligated to, when they just kind of did it out of the goodness of their heart, the way I was doing things out of goodness of mine, just made me realize who was there for me or not. So do yourself the favor and honestly just release any form of entitlement that you feel you should have in any situation. So that's number one. Number two, forgiveness. And it's not so much just forgiving others, but most importantly, just forgiving ourselves. Forgiving myself for the mistakes that I've made in my past. Many a times we go through like low points and even depression in our day-to-day because we've made decisions that just made us feel less worthy. And it's not even that anyone else on the outside has put that kind of, feeling upon us or made us feel that way, but we feel it ourselves because, our consciousness, and we know in our hearts that it probably wasn't the best decision, and we obviously probably have faced the repercussions of those decisions. But in order to move forward in life, to start fresh, to allow yourself even a chance to be happy, you have to forgive yourself for those unfortunate decisions and actions that you decided to take on or partake in the past. That could be losing out on an opportunity because you thought that, choosing one opportunity over the other and losing out on maybe a better option. That could be relationships, dating, giving in too easy, to someone, being vulnerable and being taken advantage of. A lot of us feel like we've wasted time and years in relationships. Forgive yourself and move on. Give yourself a chance to be blessed moving forward. Because the more you allow yourself to be stuck in the past, you won't even be able to see what the future has for you. So we have to forgive ourselves. We can't ask for an uplifting. We can't ask for promotion, but we cannot somehow get ourselves out of a past mind state. We have to live in the present, and that's what's important. So please, let's all do ourselves a favor and forgive ourselves, number one. And then even forgive anybody else that you may hold any form of malice or grudge towards. Because I'm going to tell you something. Once we do that, I guarantee, take my word, I guarantee, you will feel a weight just literally fall off of you. I was in a situation, I'm going to call it. And lastly, and this one is so important, talk less. Say less. That's a saying we say here in Toronto. Say less. And that's so real and so important. Listen, man. Every time a good idea comes to your mind, every time a good situation, approaches, every time you enter a good relationship, anything good or amazing or even unexpected that happens, or you are planning to create and hoping that it all manifests, keep that to yourself. Keep it to yourself. There are people out here who are literally dream catchers. There are people out here who live to just literally steal away people's joy, steal away their happiness. There are people out here who are so unhappy that by just seeing a glimpse of happiness within you, they will literally wish you the worst. In order to maintain your happiness, do not say too much or celebrate too loud until what is done needs to be done. That's the most important thing. Of course, celebration. I'm not going to ever tell anyone to never celebrate themselves, but don't do it prematurely, because that can literally, let's put it this way. I've realized for me that the times that I've spoken too early or too fast were the times that I literally had to fight and work the hardest to achieve what it is that I was pretty much speaking about, what it is that I've set myself to achieve. Any goal of mine that I have spoken prematurely about, literally sweat and tears were required to achieve it. And I know that's just not because that's life. So I'm going to give you guys that important tip. And I'm sure probably you guys have experienced it already, and many of you know this already. But don't take it lightly. This is real life stuff. Okay? Anyways, guys, I'm so tired. I need a nap for a week. So that is the end of episode 4 of the Lowdown with Nay. I just did 2. That's 4. You see, I'm honestly so tired. But I do just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much, so much. And I look forward to this happening again next week. So just be sure to tune in, subscribe to Sister CEO on Instagram at _Sister CEO_, and just don't miss out on any updates. We have we have an awesome announcement coming up about our future event in October. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next week.